Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and this one is a welcome surprise. You've seen my videos where I talk about Whitmer and her never-ending work to subjugate Wisconsin under her boot. She is apparently auditioning for the vice president nomination for the DNC. Not happy with saying that abortion is essential, but joint replacement is elective. She also said you couldn't buy seeds or other things that presumably would actually help you deal with being stuck at home. But now there are at least 4 county sheriffs in Wisconsin saying they will not enforce her unconstitutional decrees. It's not the first time we've seen this either. You see, not long after Governor Blackface in Virginia started, well, basically just decreeing that you couldn't own certain things, couldn't purchase things, couldn't do things. There were sheriffs already saying, before they were even laws in that state, they would not enforce them. There have been instances of this all over the country in recent years, where governors or mayors, county commissioners, whoever it is, basically decides, I am the ruler of this area, so they decide to just rule. And then they find out law enforcement truly does take their oath seriously, and they refuse to subjugate the people. But the question is, where is this going to lead us? See, it's not a stretch of the imagination to think that a governor or mayor or any other politician would decide to just start removing people from office because they don't fall in line with their politics. Remember 2009, when every ambassador appointed by W was removed by Barack Obama. Of course, back then it was either ignored or praised by the DNC and the media, because, of course, as the new president, Barack Obama had every right to ensure that his administration was staffed by people he wished to have in his administration. I can remember in the year 2000, before the inauguration of George W. Bush, there were Democrats saying that he should appoint Democrats so that there would be someone to keep an eye on him. They're doing the same thing now. They're decrying it every time Donald Trump releases someone, especially those who were there prior to 2016, because, well, they have a right to the job, or they're there to rein him in or keep an eye on him. I've said it before, and I'll keep repeating it. The Democrats have tried to impeach every Republican president since Eisenhower. See, going back as far as the early to mid-20th century, Democrats were very open in their stance that winning the Republican nomination and then winning the general election to the presidency as a Republican is not allowed. They are very firm in their "you will vote for us or no one" belief. Thus far, they have failed. They tried with Reagan for Iran-Contra, but Colonel North fell on his sword for the president. Colonel North, of course, went on to work for Fox News and ultimately now is very influential with the NRA, so I don't think he has really suffered much, but he should not have had to do it in the first place, because we've seen from Democrats far, far worse, and not a peep. Of course, with Democrats, they went with Russia first. That failed. They tried Stormy, and now there are reports that Stormy has said the affair never happened. And when all of that fails, they revert to that any person being fired is evidence of instability. And they praise when Democrats do it. I honestly will not be surprised to see Whitmer try to remove these 4 county sheriffs and others who refuse to enforce her tyrannical decrees. I won't be surprised to see her challenged in court and to see her representative decrying the blatant partisanship, refusing to allow the governor to lead her state. Everything and anything that they can will be twisted to support Gretchen Whitmer and her moves to subjugate the entire state. As some states, like Oklahoma, are already working to slowly reopen, Others, like Texas, are on the road to reopening by allowing businesses to choose. Important distinction there. The party of my body, my choice is our economy, my choice, not yours. Is also the party of you may not choose what laws are unconstitutional or not. You must enforce them all. If this is not a harbinger of what will happen if the Democrats manage to steal the White House this year, nothing is. Gretchen Whitmer is a darling child of the DNC. She has decreed you will lay home with a broken knee and possibly be paralyzed for it, maybe lose a limb for it. But you can still go get an abortion anytime you want, and if you're rushed to the hospital, you better hope they don't decree that treatment elective. It's unconscionable, and it is imbecilic, and it is unfathomable to me how anyone can see this and still vote Democrat. When law enforcement tells the chief executive of the state, we will not enforce your rules, that tells me that that chief executive is overstepping their power and that they need to be removed from office by recall or by simply not reelecting them. She is, in all essence, a lame duck at this point. Because if if sheriffs won't enforce their laws, what's to stop doctors from saying, we won't bow, so come in, get that joint replacement? Hospitals are begging to reopen because they have empty beds, because they're being told you may not see anyone but COVID-19 patients. Their ER is still dealing with a few things, but not nearly what the hospital is geared to do. Yes, I understand the tagline of, well, if there are COVID-19 patients, they put the other patients at risk. If I'm at risk of losing a leg, I'd rather be in a place where if I'm infected with something else, they're already set up to treat that. Because I'd rather not lose my leg and be crippled for life. I'm just very thankful that even in these deep blue states, there are still people with brains behind a badge that realize I cannot enforce this unconstitutional, tyrannical decree. Imagine if Whitmer decreed that safe storage is now required and police will regularly and randomly search every home in the state. A blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment. Imagine if you didn't have law enforcement that says, I'm sorry, the U.S. Constitution says you can't do that. It's what Democrats are pushing for. Total subjugation of the country. And for right now, the very people they would need to do that are telling them no, which is very, very reassuring. But it's only a matter of time before they have removed everyone with a brain and a conscience and a spine and replaced them with sycophants. I don't know. I've talked long enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, remain civil. As I've said before, if Whitmer or one of her sycophants shows up, I will be bluntly honest, very direct, but I won't be vulgar. The rest of us can debate and discuss like adults with civility. Please also make sure that you like and share the video so that we expand the conversation and grow the channel, as I am also still doing the giveaway at 500, 1,000, and 1,500 subscribers. So you'll want to make sure you're subscribed to be a part of that and have notifications on so that you know of all new content as it posts. Until next time, everyone, stay safe, smart, and healthy. Be careful, and have a wonderful day.